Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks. And today we're in a match from a couple of days ago. It's on steps and it's standard battle. Technically a tier 9 match, but there's only one tier 9 on each team, two tier 8s, and everything else is tier 7. And I am in the tier 7 American Heavy, the T29. I've got it fully upgraded and I've had this tank for a while now. I don't drive it as often as I possibly should. It is a absolutely fantastic tank. It really is a good tank. I think the only piece of equipment I've got on it in the minute is a vertical stabilizer, but when I actually go in it properly to go up the American heavy tank line again to carry on with it, I'm going to fit some other equipment to it, probably vents and a gun rammer, something like that. It's my normal sort of setup. But yeah, I just love it. I mean, it's gun mantle, the front of its turret is absolutely rock solid. I mean, it not just giving tier 7s and lower trouble, but you know, it can give it tier 8s trouble, and some of the tier 9s it can actually give trouble to. If you can get this tank in a hold down position and there's no artillery in play, it is incredibly strong. And I mean, even if you're not hull down, if you angle it right and you can bounce quite a few shots off your hull. Not so much from tier 8s and 9s, but certainly from some of the tier 7s. In fact, a lot of the tier 7 mediums, that sort of thing. And definitely anything lower that you may come into contact with. Bear in mind, you know, occasionally, if they are unlucky enough, this thing can come up against tier 5s. I've got the 105mm gun on it, 198mm, no. Is it 198mm penetration? Do you know, I can't remember now. It's something I'll have to look up. But anyway, it's the 105mm gun, and it's a damn good gun on this tank. So, there's a few of us come down this way, down this eastern valley, this little bit up in the top northeastern corner. But I'm looking at this corner, and there are too many of us here. There's just too many of us on this corner, all jockeying for position, and we're just getting in each other's way. Nobody can actually shoot anything, so I flip myself around, creep up this hill a little bit. There's a Rheinmetall Borsig up there. They have a very dangerous gun. The other thing about the T29 is its fantastic gun depression. It is really good. Then again, there might be other tanks with gun depression like this, but I've been driving Chinese ones recently and some of the Russians, so any gun depression is really good to me at the minute. Right, we've got an E75 over there. You can just see his turret, see if we can snipe his commander's hatch. No, just misses. They are a strong tank, the E75. Not so much from the side, very strong from the front if angled correctly. Got one into his turret ring there, looked like I jammed his turret ring, or damaged it at least. And there's not much they can see of my tank, I don't think, apart from my turret, so I'm pretty safe. Yeah, something's just hit my gun. It was the Störer Emil. That must be the tank destroyer just behind the E75, and he's decided to drop down into that valley, probably to stop me giving him flanking shots. I put one into the Störer Emil to finish him off. He just bounces off my turret. And there's another Rheinmetall Borsig, unless it's the same one that snuck across, and somebody else finishes him off just as I fire. Typical. Right, so we've got a Tiger down there, and I think we've still got that. Yeah, that E75's down there as well, although he's taken a beating. So if we can finish him off, yep, one into the side of his turret. That's 2 kills. And the Tiger's ramming the Tiger. Didn't do much damage. This is how it's done, son. That's how you ram kill. Alright. Now, we seem to be doing well. It scores a 9-6, but again, I've seen the enemy bring it back from less. That gun, by the way, I've just looked it up, it is 198mm of penetration. It's 320 damage. Now, I mean, one of the reasons I put this match on, because it's not a brilliant match. You know, it's not a bad match, not by any means, but it's not amazing. But it was really about that sort of corner, you know, where everybody was jockeying for position. Now, you know, it's all well and good, everybody's trying to get stuck in there and do the damage and do the XP, but when you're getting in each other's way like that, it can be very counterproductive. One tank can hold up, you know, half your team doing that. You know, if it's a strong tank such as an E75 in the right position and angling properly, it can hold up your, you know, half your team down there. If you're all shooting from the same place, you're all hitting it from the same angle, and if it's angled against one of you, it's angled against all of you. So, you know, if that happens, just try and work your way around a little bit. Try and shoot from a different position. You know, it seems like common sense, you know, it seems so simple, but so many times where people just don't do it. Anyway, we're capping out. There's not many tanks left. What we could have really done with, let's see if we can get this T29 though and finish him off in the cap circle. And I did, just managed it, yeah. What I was saying is what we could have done with is just maybe one person sitting in the cap circle as like an insurance policy, while the rest of us try and hunt down the rest of the tanks. You know, I'm not saying no cap kill all, because there are times for capping and there are times for not. And then, you know, it could have gone either way. Like I say, I've seen enemy teams bring it back from less of a defeat than that. So what we could have done is just left one person in the cap circle as an insurance policy while the rest of us try and find everybody. But anyway, there you go. Not a bad match, not a brilliant match by any means. But, you know, I had a reason behind putting it on. Third class mastery badge, not brilliant. It's alright, it's always nice to get some sort of mastery badge, but it's nicer if it's a ace tanker or a first class. And just came second on the table as well that time. Alright, there are the results. And we've got another one coming up in a minute, and it's another one of my wife's replays. And there is a little reason why I've put that one on as well. So we'll see that one in a second. So here we are, we're on port. It's a tier 7 match, and she is in the Challenger, tier 7 British tank destroyer, one of the newer ones. Now, it's not fully upgraded at the minute. Excuse me. One thing that I'm finding a little bit irritating about tank destroyer line is the gun. It's the Ordnance Quickfire 17 pounder, very similar to the one on the Black Prince, the stock one on the Carnarvon as well. It's on the TOG, it's brilliant on the TOG. And it's on a lot of tanks in this line. It's on this one, it's on the Achilles before it, and it's on the Archer before that at tier 5. Now at tier 5, it's a stunning gun for a tank destroyer. It really is. Rapid fire, you know, really good penetration, and not bad alpha damage, especially for a tier 5. Tier 6, it's alright. My wife, she really enjoyed the Achilles, but she really enjoyed the Wolverine as well. And the Achilles gun, I would say, is better. Probably sparked some controversy, but I think it's a better gun. On this tank, not so much. I mean, the only real differences that you get is it gets increase. Oh, took a bounce there, which is very unusual in this machine. There's basically everything can penetrate it. What was I saying? Yeah, the gun. Basically, the only difference between it on the Archer, the Achilles, and this is it gets a rate of fire increase and it becomes more accurate as you go up the tiers. But we've not got this fully upgraded at the minute, so it is exactly the same as the gun off the Achilles. 13 rounds a minute, or just over, 171 pen, which is, well, the same all the way through, 150 damage. 0.32 accuracy and 1.9 second aiming time, which isn't bad, but it does get better. The machine itself is built on the elongated hull of a Cromwell, and you would think that it'd be incredibly fast and manoeuvrable, but it's not. It is slightly overloaded with this great big stupid turret on top. And when you get it fully upgraded, the turret, which at the minute is a puzzle to me, I don't know if anybody can clear it up, but it gets 51mm of armour on the front, 40 on the sides, and 200 on the rear of the turret, which is quite strange. So yeah, I don't know if anybody can clear that up for me, but I cannot figure it out. But, you know, it's 650 horsepower engine, just 52 kilometres an hour. 89mm of armour on the front, 51 on the sides, 38 on the rear. So there might be the odd thing that it could encounter, maybe some of the tier 5s that aren't going to penetrate it, but there's not going to be many. That Tiger was giving some trouble there behind that wrecked railway carriage. Each of the shots just went sort of off-centre, so they just kept hitting the carriage, even though she was putting it exactly where they were before when it was hitting. And you'll see in the middle of the screen, when we put the marker over a damaged tank, it actually tells you what modules you want that are damaged. That's the Eagle Eye perk. There's a very, very good crew in this. I think we've got Green Thumb, which increases your camouflage and foliage. We've got Camouflage itself, Muffled Shot, Eagle Eye, Sixth Sense. It's a very good crew. Now, there, you see, if we'd have had it fully upgraded, you get an extra 2 rounds a minute when this tank's fully upgraded. So it's 15 rounds a minute, and if we'd have had it upgraded, she would have been able to get another shot into that. Was it a Sherman down there? Took a hit from something down there. I didn't quite see what it was. I wasn't paying attention. I was reading out stats of the tank. I'm not too keen on this tank. I've not been in it very often. I've not had it overly long. But at the minute, I'm not overly keen on it. I may come to like it. I'm really not sure. I've not played it enough to make my mind up yet and pass judgment. There's a Cheeto off to the left. Whatever it was down there has been dealt with. Puts one into the front of the Cheeto. That's backing up a bit. Takes a hit from it. Angles a bit more, and the Cheeto backs down over the hill. Again, and my wife would be the first to tell you, not an amazing match. One of the better ones she's had in this vehicle. She's still figuring out how to use it properly, but at the minute it seems to be promoting a more cautious style of gameplay. And she's been through the AT line, the AT tank destroyers, where you have to be less cautious, shall we say. Just waiting to see if he's going to pop back up, but it doesn't look like he is. He's retreated quite far. I mean, it's not bad, 52 kilometers an hour, and it can reach it when you've got the upgraded engine. I'm not quite sure what this Cheeto's doing. He just seems to have lost the plot and going backwards and forwards like that. Maybe he was dodging back and forth from in cover from whatever was shooting at him over on our right flank. Not entirely sure. Yeah, what was I saying? Got sidetracked. Yeah, my wife will be the first to tell you. Like I say, not the best game. It's one of the better games she's had in this, but not one of her best games. All in all, just sort of a pretty average game. But there was a reason I wanted to put this one on, and it leads into a couple of other short clips after this one. So there's a medium and a heavy left. Just spotted the medium. There he is. I don't think anybody's spotted that heavy. And we'll find out why soon enough. Alright, there's T-34 over there. And now this seems very on purpose. He drowns himself. I don't know if he was taking a hit from that heavy coming in, but yeah, he drowns himself. It seems very on purpose. If it wasn't, I apologise. If it was on purpose, then you are a scumbag and a douche, sir. If you did that on purpose when the match is lost... Oh, that was the heavy, by the way. AFP, away from pad. But yes, if you drown yourself or kill yourself on purpose at the end of a match, just so the enemy team, who have outplayed your team and earned that win and earned that XP and credits, then you are a douche. You really are. Just fight. Even if you're going to get destroyed, just fight. You'll get more bloody credits and XP. Anyway, that leads us into, after that little rant, leads us into another couple of short clips where we see some similar behaviour. Some accidental, some possibly on purpose. So here we are, in my Type 58, we're on Cliff. And it's near the beginning of the match, made my way up here, and let's keep an eye on this Chinu. I'm feeling quite aggressive in this match because I've had a couple of bad games. And he starts coming out, YOLOing. I put a hit into him. I think he gets one into me to return. Yep, there we go. And, well, where are you going? And I couldn't quite believe it at the time. I had to look at him. I started laughing and then just thought, oh well, back to work. And here's another one on Abbey in the ISU 122S Premium Tier 7 Tank Destroyer. Lovely rate of fire. Just taking care of a couple of ones down here. And yeah, a beaten up Leopard who looks to be very gingerly about to kill himself. Not today. And that's the end of that. I'll let you make up your mind whether they were on purpose or whether they were accidental. I have a feeling that at least one of them was definitely on purpose. One was more than likely accidental, and the other one, well, I'm not too sure. He seemed to be going very cautiously for somebody about to kill himself. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching that as much as we enjoyed playing it, and as always, take care out there. I shall catch you next time, and see you.